Bristol Motor Speedway. Late race Kyle Busch is inside the playoff cut line. Barely. His spotter has called it twice. Traffic ahead. Pressure behind. Every corner is a calculation. Every lap is borrowed time. Then it happens, he loses 2 positions. Just 2. And just like that, he's out. No crash. No blown tire. He didn't wreck anyone. He just didn't gain when the format demanded it. The laps run out. The math doesn't work. Season over, he parks the car. Still in his fire suit. Helmet off. Adrenaline not even gone. One question: what happened out there? And Kyle Busch pauses. That's the game. No breakdown. No blame. No fight left in the answer. And if you think this is just about one race, it's not. That sentence is the whole story. Because Kyle Busch does not do quiet acceptance. He calls out penalties before the press conference ends. He goes 3 wide with 30 laps to go, because waiting isn't in his vocabulary. He's disagreed with officials, teammates, and race calls, loudly, repeatedly, for 2 decades. This is a driver who has never confused exhaustion with acceptance. So when that driver gives 3 words and stops talking, something changed. The easy explanation is exhaustion. Brutal race. Short answer: nothing more. But that's exactly why it matters. If Kyle Busch, the driver least likely to go quiet, sounds like he stopped arguing with the system. That's what it looks like when belief starts to go. And this isn't new, just clearer. The clip playoff exits. The shorter answers every October. Bristol wasn't the beginning. It was the moment it became impossible to ignore. That's not a one-race story. That's a system story. If that feels bigger than a tired answer, subscribe. This channel doesn't just show the quote. It explains how a driver like Busch gets there, and where that leads isn't comfortable. Let's talk numbers coming into Bristol. Busch ranked 8th in average finish across the season. 8th. He had more stage points than 2 drivers who advanced. More top 10s than one of them. By traditional standards, he was ahead. But here's what NASCAR won't say: that didn't matter. It was never supposed to. The playoff reset erased everything. Every stage point. Every consistent run. Every race where he maximized a bad car. Gone. One difficult night ends it. That's not a racing result. That's a format result. And, in 3 words, Busch told you he knows the difference. He's not confused. He's just done explaining it. Now give NASCAR their argument. Pressure creates great racing. Elimination forces performance. A title fight in November keeps fans engaged, and their right ratings spike. Casual viewers show up. The system works exactly as designed. That's the problem. This isn't a flaw. NASCAR chose this deliberately, because a format built for drama isn't the same as one that identifies the best driver. And they decided which one mattered more. Bristol just made that decision visible. And it doesn't stop there. The format doesn't just decide champions. It changes how teams race all year. Not less effort. Different priorities. Stage points matter more in key moments. Risk changes depending on the cut line. Strategy shifts toward surviving the bracket. Instead of dominating races, teams aren't racing less. They're racing toward a different objective, and that objective is the playoff system. Kyle Busch ran a full season approach. Every race, every point. Bristol eliminated him anyway. 36 races told one story. The playoffs erased it. In 30 laps. Now think about that: multiple championships, over 60 wins, a career built on consistency, and none of it protects him here. He still ends up giving that answer. Not because he failed across the season, because the system stopped measuring it. If that resume doesn't matter, what does? Nothing. Because the system isn't measuring consistency anymore. It's measuring something else. Be honest. When he dropped outside the cut line, did that feel like racing or survival math? That answer says everything about what you want this sport to be. And this is where it gets bigger. NASCAR's issue isn't racing quality. Bristol is still competitive. The problem is trust. A fan watches a strong season end early, makes a note. Next year, same thing. Another note. They don't leave. They just watch less, until eventually they're gone. It never looks like a crisis, until it is. And here's the uncomfortable part. That shift is already happening. Busch saying, that's the game, is that same shift inside the garage, not from a fan, from a champion. Compare that to NASCAR before 2000 for Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Full seasons, no resets. Every race mattered, because nothing disappeared. Now champions come with a yeah. But he only needed one win, yeah. But the points leader didn't make it, yeah. But the best car got eliminated early, that yeah. But didn't exist before. Now it follows every title. And the next generation is watching. Drivers coming up now are learning one thing: don't build for 36 races, build for October. That's a different sport, and Bristol showed the cost. This isn't about saying NASCAR is broken. It's about recognizing the design. There are fixes. Carry more points forward. Reward consistency more. Reduce the impact of a single race. That doesn't remove drama. It changes who the drama rewards. But NASCAR hasn't moved, because this is a choice. The wins, the sport pays. Come back to Bristol post-race. Fire suit still on. What happened? That's the game. That answer didn't come from one race. It came from years of watching the same pattern, until even a driver like Kyle Busch stops arguing. Kyle Busch didn't lose at Bristol. The format decided. He already had. The system didn't fail him. It revealed. When it rewards timing over consistency, survival over accumulation, moments over seasons, that's the championship now. And if that's the game, then the real question isn't who wins. It's whether it's still measuring the right thing. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this.